life or continue to do this. So from there at GNC, I was still going to school. School wasn't necessarily, I wasn't very good at it initially. And this is all while I was working at GNC. I really wasn't focused on really like me. I was focused on, nothing really at the time. So I failed out of college twice with a lot of, almost, yeah, twice pretty much. The second school that I failed out of was the one I graduated from. Thankfully, I was able to get back into Oakland University. But what was interesting, that all happened before I was like 25, and like who fails out of college twice before 25 years old, but can go on to like a career. Well, I ended up going back and graduating a few years later from Oakland. But, the reason I say that is that during this time I was at GNC, got the sales itch, and I was forced to work really while I was, failed out of college with 0.0. I mean, how do you fail out of college with a 0.0? You just don't try.
I think if you just go to class, I think you can get at
Right,
least
dude, John, right on, dude. So with that, right, what I did, right, I was just working for GNC, got a new job selling cell phones at AT&T,
Nice.
right?
Like retail?
Retail,
Okay.
over in Michigan, over on in a good area over on like Telegraph and irrelevant Square Lake and Telegraph in Bloomfield Hills. It was a
Okay.
great store to work at, man, because people would walk in. It's a little higher ticket item than selling vitamins from GNC, and that just really got me going because that was actually the first company that really instituted like a sales training. I'll still remember it in my head till this day. It was like greet and approach, build value, offer a solution, educate the customer, and then like close the fucking deal. So like with that being said, I started learning that, right? And I was like, okay, I want to go towards and work for a healthcare company. There was this great opportunity that there was this healthcare company that was growing young. It was more of like a customer service position. There were a little bit of like I thought it would be more salesy, sales oriented, but I was there for a couple of years. Um, and towards the end of it, they were expanding into other divisions, and I was a part of that, which is pretty cool. And I remember having the conversation with one of my bosses at the time that I really want to go into sales, and along the lines of like, well, we don't have any sales positions yet for it yet, right? And this was probably now about 5 years ago, and I remember that I was like a few classes away from graduation, technically, even though I failed out of Oakland University like a couple years before. And I contacted them and I was like, hey, what do I got to do? Because I know I'm not technically that far. Like, I took the same Spanish class like 4 times, but now I'm actually committed, right? I was probably like Spanish 1.
Hola.
But here, but it comes back to what we were talking about earlier, commitment, right?
Yep.
You're not committed until you really are committed.
Yeah.
Seriously. So, something happened. I don't know what it was. And then, I went back to college, got my degree. Fast forward now, like 5 years later, right? So, or 4 years.